This lawyer went viral online with a secret content system that only takes 2 hours a month of his time. And I want to share it with you so that you can flood your sales pipeline with high intent clients just like him. This works with attorneys, tax advisors, finance services, doctors, softwares, any high ticket service, pretty much any brand that wants organic lead flow online. My name is Logan Forsyth, and in the last 2.5 years, my team and I have generated over 8 billion views for our clients across more than 60 industries, and we have seen massive, repeatable success with lawyers. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly which viral formats to create, how to implement this for any business type, not just law, and the conversion strategies that we use to make sure that these views actually translate into real sales opportunities. So, let's dive into the frameworks. First, let's just show some of the viral content that we've created with some of our lawyer clients and break down why it went viral. This first video is with a DUI attorney that got 10 million views.
Can a Monster energy drink be used in your DUI defense case? Stick around and find out. Give it a minute. All right, here we go. Waiting, analyzing. Here we go, 0.04. If you're wondering why this defense works, is because the government's lab technician is going to come into court and they're going to say that this type of machine using a fuel cell technology only tests for alcohol. What I do is I have the officer come into court, bring his machine, and we'll do the Monster defense, and I prove that Monster has 0 alcohol in it, and yet it will register on the government's machine. You think that's fair? Put it in the comments below. Have a great day. Silva out.
By the way, this video got 10 million views on his YouTube channel when it had less than 1,000 subscribers. This video uses props with a breathalyzer and a Monster energy drink in the hook of the content, which is something that works really well across industries. As soon as we found this viral video, we created a full series around it where he does a lot of these videos using the same hooks, but uses different products than Monster and testing it against the breathalyzer, and it continues to work over and over. That's the thing with content, is as soon as you find your first viral video, a lot of people just pat themselves on the back and move on. And that is a huge mistake. Instead, what you should do is lean in and squeeze the juice out of that lemon until it can't be squeezed anymore by recreating that viral video and studying why it worked. Recreate the format, recreate the hook, and just make it unique on the back end. But you want to do this over and over. And more often than not, that same viral video can continue to go viral again and again when you just tweak it slightly. By the way, another lesson is with short form content, you should post it across all platforms. If you don't, it is a fact that you're getting a fraction of the reach that you otherwise would. This same video that got 10 million views on YouTube also got 3.7 million views on Instagram. As mentioned, we've generated over 8 billion views across 60 industries, and we've created more than 1,000 videos that have gotten 1 million views or more. That's put us at a rate of creating on average 1.1 viral videos every single day that gets 1 million views or more. And if we didn't post every short form video we made across platforms, we would have gotten 1/4 of the total views that we've generated today. Because what we've learned is you never know which platform the video is going to hit on. Sometimes it can go viral on TikTok, sometimes it can go viral on Instagram, sometimes on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook, sometimes on multiple. But if we didn't post across platforms, we wouldn't know, and we would have missed out on billions of views. So some case studies with this DUI attorney is in the first 6 months, we generated 19 million views, and his audience grew by 49,787 people. 3 videos got over 1 million views, 10 videos got over 100,000 views, and over 100 videos got tens of thousands of views. And this all started with his audience being less than 1,000 people. Now I'll show another viral video example with another attorney client of ours. And by the way, her Instagram started from 0. This video got 850,000 views, and it is the second reel that we posted on her Instagram.
Everyone thinks I'm a US citizen. ICE can't touch me. That's totally wrong. Here's what you need to know if it happens to you. First, stay calm and say this one line over and over and over again. I am a US citizen. I do not consent to any search or seizures. I would like to speak to an attorney. Am I free to leave? Don't argue. Don't explain anything. Just continue to say that one sentence over and over and over again. Next, ask them to call a supervisor. Supervisors are specifically trained to deal with wrongful detentions. Let them know that they've detained a U.S. citizen and request to see a supervisor immediately. Next, ask to present documents. If you have your documents with you, great. You can produce them and show whoever has detained you. If you don't have them, keep asking if you can call someone to bring proof that you are a U.S. citizen. Next, do not sign anything, nothing. Do not sign a single thing. Just keep asking for your lawyer. Remember, mistakes do happen, but try to stay calm. And for more advice from an immigration attorney, drop me a follow. I help protect people's rights all day long.
This was the second post that we published on her brand new account, which is an outlier result. That rarely happens. The only other time that we ever had that happen was with our client, Michael Sartain, where the second post that we published with him when we launched as a new client got over 2 million views. With this attorney client, after the first viral video, we proceeded to create another 4 videos that each got between 300,000 and 600,000 views. And in the first 2 months, we helped her get 3.2 million views, and her audience grew from 66 followers to 28,559 followers. I show this as proof that we know a thing or two when it comes to building out the content strategy for lawyers, which is now what we're going to break down step by step. And you can use this exact content strategy for your own brand completely free. I'm going to lay out everything that you need to do for it. So for this content strategy, I'm going to use the example that I'm a business startup attorney, and I'm going to do this with the target of 30 videos per month. 30 videos per month is 1 video per day per platform, and that's the minimum that you should target. When you have the right systems, which is what I'm going to break down and show you, that takes less than 2 hours of filming per month. Big brands can be built with 30 videos a month, 1 video a day, but for better results, we target 60 videos a month. And for best results, we target 90 videos a month. We've learned that as long as you have quality, the more volume you post, the faster you grow. Every post that you put out is another at-bat to hit a viral home run. And when you look at the insights of short form content across every platform, majority of the reach goes to non-followers that are targeted based on interest and demographics. That makes organic content never more like ads than it has been today, except the reach is completely free. And it also builds more trust because it's not paid advertisements that are getting put in front of people. So we're targeting 30 videos a month, and those 30 videos a month should be posted across 5 platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. That way you're omnipresent across all platforms where your potential clients are hanging out, and you're also creating 5x leverage in the sense that every 1 video you create gets posted across 5 platforms and therefore becomes 5 posts. We've posted almost 1 million pieces of short form content, again generating billions of views, and what we've learned is if you don't post across all platforms, you're getting a fraction of the reach that you otherwise would. And now for the 30 videos, I'm going to break this down into 10 avoidance videos, 5 best advice videos, 5 call out demographic videos, 5 viral hook template videos, 5 reaction videos. And as a bonus, I want to add in 2 to 3 funny/comedy skit videos. Humor and comedy should be an element of your brand. People love it. It makes you a lot more likable and relatable. And we do see it translate to a lot of conversions because people like you a lot more when you put out some funny content. All right, so let's break these down step by step. First, starting with the 10 avoidance videos. Avoidance videos are where you help people avoid pain rather than chase pleasure. So this is where you're telling people to never do this or stop doing this, avoid doing this thing, beware, warning. The reason this works so well is it taps into a psychological trigger called negativity bias, where as a survival mechanism built in our brains, we're much more motivated to avoid pain rather than to chase pleasure. There's another psychological principle called loss aversion, where studies have shown that the pain of losing something is 2 times as powerful versus the joy of gaining something of equal value. So as a principle in your content, you should focus more on helping people avoid pain rather than chase pleasure. Another huge part of success on social media is modeling proven viral content versus just throwing things at the wall that you think may work. And so let's break down multiple viral videos that you can recreate for your brand following avoidance-based hooks. So pay attention to the hook. This first video got 1.5 million views.
Never put anything in your personal name, ever.
As you see, this had an avoidance-based hook. Never put anything in your personal name ever. This next video got 3.5 million views.
Do not pay yourself via payroll if you have an LLC. Instead,
as you can see, another avoidance-based hook saying do not do this thing. Do not pay yourself a salary if you have an LLC. Instead, do this. This next video got 33 million views.
4 things I absolutely avoid as a cardiac surgeon.
Again, an avoidance-based hook. 4 things I absolutely avoid as a heart surgeon. And there's a big tip here. You should not only research and model content in your industry. The biggest advantage is researching and modeling content in other industries than your own, then getting first mover advantage of being the first to apply them in your space. So as an attorney, you can absolutely go look at the medical space, look at supplements, look at finance, look at health, and then model what's working there and make it your own and apply it to your industry. And that's what we can do in this heart surgeon example. So now, using this as inspiration, let's go through some avoidance hook examples that I would create if I was a business startup attorney. First, never sign a contract again until you check these 3 things. Never sign a contract again until you add this one thing. There's a little bonus tip there. You can use the same hooks and templates over and over and over, and then create unique content on the back end, and they continue to work over and over and over. Next hook, avoid this business contract mistake at all costs in 2026 that most people make. Never hire an independent contractor again until you've checked these 3 misclassification flags. Stop sending invoices without this one late fee clause, or you're basically giving your clients a 0% interest loan. Hopefully now you're starting to see how you can take proven hook frameworks from other videos that have gone viral and then model them to apply to your own specialty in business. And by the way, if any of this feels overwhelming or you want us to do this for you, we'll even guarantee you minimum 10 million views and up to 500 million views in the first year working with us. And if we don't hit that target, we work for free until we do. If you're interested, check out the link in the description below to get your free custom guarantee between 10 million to 500 million views, learn how it all works. And also we do have limited enrollment spots, so going through the link below would hold your spot on our list. So those are a few examples of how I'd create 10 avoidance-based videos. And next, I'd want to create 5 best advice videos. So let's go ahead and play a few example videos so you can get an idea of what I mean. This first video got 22.1 million views.
What's the best piece of advice that you would tell to your younger self?
So you see the hook was, what advice would you tell to your younger self? This next video got 5.7 million views.
The best advice I give people is your 20s are the best years of your life. You're young.
So you saw the hook in this one. The best advice I give to people in their 20s is, and now this next video got 5.3 million views.
Most important things I will teach my kids as a lawyer.
So you see the hook here was things I teach my kids as a lawyer, which is a great hook that you can use over and over and over with different advice on the back end. These hooks and video types work because of a psychological concept called social proof and borrowed authority. When you frame a video as the best advice, you aren't just giving an opinion, you're filtering out the noise and presenting only the gold. It signals to the viewer's brain that the trial and error has already been done for them. And there's also the curiosity gap. By labeling something as the best, it implies that if the viewer doesn't know it, they're currently operating at a disadvantage, and it forces them to stay to see if their own knowledge matches your top tier advice. This format is also incredible for building brand authority because it positions you or the person you're quoting as a mentor figure rather than just a person selling a service. So here are some best advice hook examples that I would create if I was a business startup attorney. First, the best advice I give to every business owner before they sign a single document is, what's the best advice for avoiding a lawsuit in 2026? It's actually quite simple. I've seen 1,000 contracts, and the best advice I can give you is this one thing. The best advice I can give you as a litigator, your contract is only as good as your ability to prove it in court. Do this instead. What's the best advice for protecting your personal assets? It's not just having an LLC, it's actually how you behave with it. Hopefully that's getting the wheels spinning of how you can apply those best advice hooks and the templates, more importantly, to your business. So now we've gone through 10 avoidance-based videos, 5 best advice videos. The next I want to do is 5 call out demographic videos. So let's play a few examples so you get an idea of what I mean. This first video got 3.2 million views.
I'm 55, and if you're in your 30s, here's some uncomfortable truths you might need to hear.
You can see the hook here was, if you're in your 30s, brace yourself. Here are some uncomfortable truths that you might need to hear. Now, this next video got 7.9 million views.
You'll never get rich in your 20s unless you do these 5 things as soon as you get paid.
You see the hook here was, you'll never get rich in your 20s unless you do these 5 things. Demographic call-out hooks are the ultimate stop the scroll tactic because of a psychological principle called the self-referencing effect. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize information that is personally relevant to us. When you call out a specific demographic like age, job title, location, etc., the viewer's brain treats that video as a private mention. It transforms a general piece of content into a direct message. But we aren't just limited to age. This framework works for any specific demographic or psychographic marker, where you live, what you do for a living, your income level, or even your specific business problems. So by being specific, you actually become more magnetic. You're calling out your tribe and you're filtering out people who aren't your ideal clients, which leads to much higher lead quality. So here are some examples of how I would use this hook type if I was a business startup attorney. Example 1, if you're starting an LLC in state, don't file your paperwork until you see this. This is a message for every startup business in 2026. Along with you saying this hook, what you can do in the editing is you can add a text headline that says advice from a 20-year business attorney. If your business is doing over $3 million per year in revenue, don't sign any other contracts until you know this one thing. By the way, you may have picked up there that not only did we do the demographic call out, but we also use an avoidance-based hook. And that's where things get really ninja, is when you start combining multiple of these video types together into one. Next hook example, if you're a consultant or coach charging more than $5,000 per client, your refund policy is probably a legal ticking time bomb. To every e-commerce founder doing $50,000 a month or more, you have officially outgrown your terms of service, and here's why. Again, hopefully you're getting ideas on how you can take these same templates and then apply them to your business. Now we've gone through 10 avoidance-based videos, 5 best advice videos, 5 demographic callout videos. The next is I'd want to do at least 5 viral remake videos. Again, as mentioned, instead of trying to come up with what you think might work, it's going to be much more predictable and effective for you to model viral videos that have actually worked and make them your own. A lot of the time, you can even use the same hook that's already worked for other people and make the rest of the content your own. And more often than not, this will continue to work again. So let's play a few examples. This first video got 2.1 million views.
Here are the 3 ways to pay yourself from your LLC.
So you see here, the hook is 3 ways to pay yourself from your LLC. And if I'm a business startup attorney, I'm gonna wanna use that same exact hook and then make the rest of the video my own. This next video got 1.3 million views.
Here are 5 phrases that are likely tells that someone may be lying to you.
So you see here, this hook, 5 phrases that someone is likely lying to you. This type of content works extremely well and is something that you could wisely cadence in as an attorney. Now let's play another video that got 3.7 million views. This video is what we call a B-roll to long text overlay, where you just have a B-roll with text headline on screen, and then you include long informational and value-based text as the caption. What happens is when people are reading the long caption on your reel, the B-roll in the video continues to loop and play over and over and over in the background, where it gets a lot of views, which is a strong signal in the eyes of the algorithm and helps the content go viral. So this text hook can be a great video to recreate yourself, but also you can use this same format to come up with other types of angles and hooks that you want to use as well. This next video got 29 million views.
What's the most petty thing you saw in a divorce?
I once had a divorce there was a $25 million marital estate.
So the hook here that I want to recreate is, what's the most petty thing that you've seen as a business attorney? This next video got 1.5 million views.
I seriously think I just found the biggest personal branding cheat code in 2024. Hear me out.
The hook here is, I just found the new biggest business contract loophole of 2026. If you are a business attorney or any attorney, use what I'm breaking down for you, test it out in your content, and then come back to me and let me know if you see successful results with this. This type of content and modeling these hooks can absolutely crush it for your brand. By the way, our team has created a sheet that has over 200 viral hook templates just like these, all from business and informative oriented content, where you can follow this process. It lays out all the plug and play templates, and then you can use that to create your own content. If you want this for free, just go to my Instagram and then DM me the word hooks and I'll send it over to you. Okay, so now that we've gone through our avoidance-based videos, our best advice videos, demographic call-out videos, viral remake videos, the last pillar is I'd want to do reaction videos. The same attorney client who I showed earlier, who started at 0 and then in her first 60 days gained over 31,000 followers, multiple of the videos that hit for her are reaction videos. We've generated clients hundreds of millions of views from reaction content alone, and it's worked forever and will continue to work forever. And the great news is it works for every industry. I mean, even one of the longest running TV shows is Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek, and all the show does is pretty much react to funny content. So all you have to do for reaction videos is find viral, relatable content to your industry and to your profession, and then you just watch it and react to it and give it your own take. A lot of the examples that I've already shown in this video, you can take those exact same videos and then react to them as well as recreate them in your own way. Use this and watch your views go up. So at this point, we've now tackled the 30 videos. And as mentioned, the bonus is I want to throw in 2 to 3 comedy skits. It just adds a lot of likability to your brand. Again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel for this, and you can go and find funny content related to your space or also get inspiration from other industries that have already gone viral and then recreate it for your brand. Let me play a couple examples. This first video got 6.2 million views.
Telling lawyer jokes to lawyers.
What does a lawyer order to drink?
I don't know. What does a lawyer order to drink?
Just ice.
So the hook here is telling lawyer jokes to lawyers. So if you have a team in your firm, you can go and do this. And you can even use any LLM AI tool to come up with a bunch of lawyer jokes for you in this content. Let's play another video that got 2.3 million views.
Got nothing in my brain. Got nothing in my brain. Got nothing in.
So you see this is hilarious. And the hook is when the bot is watching and you forget how to work, and then you and your team can recreate this own content in your firm. And for a third example, this next video got 7.4 million views.
Hey, Harrison.
Yeah.
How would you translate "it's not you, it's me" into legalese?
It cannot be said that the circumstances in question are directly attributable to you. Rather, they arise from my own personal shortcomings and failures.
Asking attorneys to translate basic phrases into legalese. I've seen a lot of viral videos following the same format, and there's so many ways that you could recreate this for your own brand. Now that we tackled your first month of 30 videos, implement this and you will watch your views skyrocket. However, views alone are vanity and profit is sanity. So what we want to do is take all these views and drive it into sales and revenue and profit for your business. So let's break down how you would do that. First, in the editing, you should use an authority badge in your content. So what this means is after the hook, we like to add some text that shows up on screen that shows your name and then an authority badge. So an example could be 20-year business attorney. That immediately shows that you are an authority, you are an expert, you know what you're doing, and makes people, one, want to listen more, which improves the retention of the video, but two, drives more conversions, because now if people are looking for a business attorney, they're gonna wanna work with you versus anyone else. Second, this is such a common mistake that I see law firms and attorneys make, and just pretty much every business make, is we have tested this and we see much higher results of having one link in your bio versus using something like a link tree where it clicks into a link and then you have 5 to 10 other links. If you just give them one option of where to go, you're gonna have many more conversions versus if you try and take them into 10 different directions. And so the link that you should have in your bio is whatever does the best job of driving conversions for you. For a lot of attorneys, that's even just driving people to call a phone number. You just want to start conversations. Other times, maybe that's a VSL if you already have a video sales letter funnel, or maybe it's attending a webinar, or maybe it's driving them to a VSL that's disguised as a YouTube video and then getting them to convert that way. You also want to make sure that you optimize your bio. You want your authority credential, then you want to call out who you help. And let's say that you make the most sales by getting people to call you. You want to make sure that your phone number is inside your bio. Next, you want to use CTAs, calls to action, in your captions and as pinned comments. So first, you can do what we call a CTA caption template. You can see the example on screen here that we use for my brand, but what we do is the first line of every caption is unique and it's custom to the post. And then the rest is the same CTA template that we use on every single post. It follows the format of, if you're new here and you don't know me, this is who I am, this is my authority credentials, this is why I'm different, and then it leads to a CTA. For us, a VSL funnel is our top converting funnel, and so that's where we want to drive people. It lets them know we just released this new training, the benefits that they're going to get from it, and if they want access, comment the word scale below, or also check out my bio. Then if they comment the word scale, we use a software called minichat.com to set up DM automations, where when they comment that keyword, it triggers an automation that automatically DMs them with the VSL funnel. We've tested extensively of using comment CTAs versus trying to tell people to click link in bio, and we typically always see higher click-through rates and higher throughput when we use DM automations for keyword CTAs versus link in bio CTAs. Additionally, you should use pinned comments. This is one of the most underrated conversion tactics on social media that nobody uses and nobody talks about. A pinned comment is basically a second caption that you can create. And the great reason of why you can include CTAs on every single post you do without overly promoting to your audience is only the most engaged people even see your captions and go to your comment section. And something that's really effective to use as a pinned comment is this red GIF that says link in bio. It's incredible at grabbing attention and creates a lot of curiosity of people then going to your profile, checking out the link in bio, or at least just getting them onto your profile where maybe they binge watch more of your content, and that leads to a higher ratio of views to follows. Another killer strategy is Instagram story highlights. A lot of people put random stuff in story highlights, and that's a huge mistake. Instead, every story highlight on your profile should be its own marketing funnel, which includes CTAs and drives people deeper into your conversion process. Great ones that consistently work could be first titled Success, and this is where you show case studies, reviews, screenshots of texts and emails of getting people positive results and just feeding them proof. And then in every one of those screenshots, you include a CTA, whether that's your phone number, whether that's a link driving to a landing page, or whether that's using MiniChat for a DM keyword CTA, where they DM you a keyword and then it triggers the automation. Another great story highlight that always works is FAQ. And then the FAQ can be the top objections, questions, and concerns that people have that stops them from generally moving forward with you, where you can use that as a section to handle those objections and concerns. And then again, you have a CTA on each one of those stories. And then a third is you can have one titled Go Here. And all this is one story and it's B-roll, and then it has a call to action on it. And that call to action needs very benefit-driven copy. Then the last and one of the most effective ways to drive a huge level of sales from your content is embedding an ad strategy to go along with it. With all the organic content that you post, all the reach that you get and all the engagement that you create can be retargeted with ads. And when you run these retargeting campaigns, you're now getting results for pennies instead of dollars. And you capture a lot of conversion opportunities that otherwise are not happening, where if you're not doing this, you are leaving massive amounts of money on the table. A lot of our clients are brands that run over 10 million per year just in ad spend alone on platforms like Meta and TikTok and YouTube. And what we've learned is one of the biggest factors of scaling ads is winning creative. The creative alone determines how much spend you can put behind it before it becomes unprofitable. And also, even if you don't want to increase ad spend, and let's say you have a set budget of $50,000 a month, if you use top winning organic content as your creative, that $50,000 per month budget is going to become much more profitable versus if you use unproven creatives. This is what we do with all of our clients and how we're consistently able to tap into extremely meaningful ROIs with each one of them. So again, if any of this sounds overwhelming or you want us to just do all of this for you, we will, and we'll even guarantee anywhere between 10 million to 500 million views in the first year, where if we don't hit that number, we work for free until we do. If you're interested in that, check out the link in the description below. That's where you can get your free custom guarantee and then also hold your spot on our list because we do have limited enrollment spots every month. So to summarize, whether you're an attorney or whether you're any business or brand, take this full content strategy and apply it to your brand. And then what you want to do is evaluate the data every 30 days. You want to look at the views, you want to look at the shares, you want to look at the conversions, and then do more of what worked and replace what didn't work with new formats and new content to test. And then you do this forever and you watch your brand skyrocket. If you got value from this video, my last request that would be a big favor to me and also a service to you is to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you can get served more content. And when you subscribe, it also helps this content get served to more people, which can impact and help even more businesses. So please like and subscribe. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.